friends, and welcome back to the Tozy channel for more IU, and we've got baby IU. Yes, we do. We have over the last few years gone through a lot of IU's albums. We went through them most particularly from about Chat Sheer onwards, and we haven't done any of her young stuff, so we're going right back to the beginning, and today we're going to be watching Lost Child. Obviously, I have heard it before because I've listened to all of her music, but I have never seen the music video, so we're doing first watches of all of these things and talking about them. Very exciting. We've been watching Baby IU in Heroes over on Patreon every week, where of course you are very welcome to join us for dramas and variety shows and all the other things that we watch of IU. IU TV is often over there as well, so come join us anytime. The videos are always there. The link is in the description. But as for now, let's see this song. I know that she has a lot of opinions of her own song on this, so shall discuss. Looking forward to it. Let's get into it. Gotcha. Look at that little face. I mean, let's be honest, what a flex. Yeah, for a child to come out and sing that. I mean, that would be technically difficult for her to sing now as a mature singer, let alone a kid. And she nailed it. It's extraordinary. That's a really extraordinary song. I love it. It stops me in the tracks. It stops me in my tracks every time I hear it. It's really arresting, but it is, her commentary on it is always that it was too mature for her to do at the time. It was lyrically beyond her years and beyond her experience, and musically a very heavy-hitting ballad for something that's your debut song. And she said that a lot of people's reaction to it was, why is this child singing this song? All of which is completely fair commentary. Just because you can sing a song doesn't mean you should sing a song. I distinctly remember being in school and where obviously I sang, and my singing teacher always getting annoyed by little kids singing Memory from Cats. Whenever we did musical theatre, there's always some kid that sings Memory. And it drove her crazy because Memory is supposed to be sung by an old cat who had lived a life and was really lamenting. It's supposed to be injurious. And there's this little kid who knows nothing about anything singing this song. It doesn't work. And the same thing went with me because I sang jazz and jazz musical theatre. I was given Maybe This Time from Cabaret, which is a great song, fabulous song for a jazz singer. The difference between how I sang that as a teenager who knew nothing about anything and how I sing it now, it's like it's a completely different song when sung by an adult who's been through the ringer. And I feel like IU singing that song now with everything that she's been through, that song would hit in a very different way because she's been through so much. There are so many scars on her soul now that song would reach a whole other level. We talk a lot about how IU is not a new soul to this world. She's been around on the wheel of life several times, which is why she pulled that off at such a young age. But it would still be, obviously, far better in the hands of mature IU. That said, I mean, how impressive. Such an interesting music video, the Victoriana of it all. Like, dressing a child, like I understand the white dress is more like classical Victoriana, but also reminiscent of a wedding dress, and especially because he hands her a ring afterwards. And then the black gown that she's wearing is a Victorian mourning dress, something that you wear after somebody passes away. So lyrically, it sounds like, lyrically it could be interpreted as like a breakup or something. Visually, it looks more like a death and a mourning of losing that. I mean, it could just be emblematic of the death of a relationship, but the way he appears and dressed in all white and that Gothic Victorian look that they had going on in the contemporary ballet of people crawling out of the ground like they're crawling out of graves. Very Mary Shelley, very Daphne du Maurier, very Wuthering Heights, like big Wuthering Heights vibes, right? It's huge. That romantic horror, Gothic, Victorian vibe, because it's haunting, and that song's haunting, and the point of the lyrics is being haunted, that you are trying to let go of something and trying to burn it away and trying to forget about it, but it won't leave you, so you're being haunted. All of that, of course, serves to make IU look even smaller and younger and much more like a lost child. At first I thought, oh, why have you put her in that dress? Like, that dress is so mature for her. People her age in the Victorian era wouldn't have worn a dress like that. The dress would have been short. You would have been able to see her feet. That's how you knew a girl from a woman, was the length of her skirt. So if you could see their ankles, they were a little girl, and as soon as they hit marrying age, you would lower their hems, because you would literally lower their hems, and once the dress touched the ground, now you know that that woman is available for marriage. So putting her in that is like a child bride kind of look, but it did mean that her sitting on the ground among all of those contemporary dancers, she really did look like a little doll, a little lost child that was somewhere she absolutely was not meant to be. There's pros and cons to the fact that that song shouldn't have been in the hands of somebody so young necessarily. The con is that that song can be delivered in a very different way from a mature person who has a lot of miles on their soul. But it's not like she couldn't do it vocally. It's not like she couldn't give the performance. And the nature of her being so little and so young singing a song like that is she truly does look like a lost child. And it does look haunting. Oh, that song. That song. That song really gets me. I'm going to have to watch something fun after that because otherwise I'm going to be thinking about it all day. I loves me some Victorian literature. Love it. So, you know, I'm going to have a head full of Gothic Victorian literature for the rest of the day. Oh no! Gonna be walking around saying, Heathcliff, Kathy! Uh-oh. I apologise if you don't get the reference, but you know, stick with me on this one, or go read some like really haunting Daphne du Maurier. Not that I would necessarily recommend her. Just between you and me, can't stand Daphne du Maurier, but whatever. Thank you so much for joining me for more IU. We're going to journey through this album. Let's see what else we turn up. I really look forward to going through young IU stuff. If there are any particular performances of baby IU and this album, her debut album, please let me know. Drop it in the comments. We're gonna do this thing. It's been a while since we went through an album, and I missed it. So let's go. Thank you again for joining me. 감사합니다. 사랑해요, and I will see you soon for more. 안녕.